Hi guys. Hello everyone. And how are you guys doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. I am coming to you guys with a late um Wednesday night blessing, a message that I just wanted to get over to you guys. I've been anticipating getting on here with the message all day, but I just had an absolutely blessed and fun-filled day with my son and his family as we celebrated my soon-to-be granddaughter, my son soon to be stepdaughter. Her birthday was yesterday, so we went out to dinner today and we had a great time. But it is late and I still had to make my way back to Delaware. But nonetheless, I'm going to relay a message that just came to me, just in the midst of, I just give you messages just from, my heart and from my spirit and things that resonate to me throughout the day, just from different experiences and different conversations that I have with different people. And certain things just stick to my heart because I just take a lesson out of everything, and so many things I apply to myself on the regular basis, and it helps me get through life. It makes me stronger, it makes me better, it makes me wiser. And that is why I choose to relay these messages, because I want to share some of what I have. Let me throw my shades on. And I just want to share some of what I have, what is in my heart, and hopefully bless someone. So what I was thinking about today was our emotions, and sometimes how we can feed off of our emotions, and how certain people can makes us feel, and we'll allow ourselves and our decisions and our thoughts and our conversations and our energy and everything that is us, we allow it to be driven off of our emotions. And we have to be so careful when it comes down to our emotions. And I'm not trying to convince anyone to not respect your emotions and how you feel, because how you feel is very, very, very important. Your emotions are important. How you feel is very important. But I will say, don't allow yourself to be overcome by your emotions, because then it would be damaging to you. Like, you can be so driven off of your own emotions, you will make the wrong decisions. You never want to make the wrong decisions based on your emotions and how you feel, or how someone made you feel. You don't want to be detrimental to your future and your goals and what you are trying to do in life. And I apply these things to myself so much, and sometimes we can be stuck on our emotions, just by how certain people make us feel. And it can be people that we love the most. And sometimes we just have to understand that everyone is not going to understand your point of view and why you see things the way that you see things. And you have to understand that you are not always going to understand why other people feel the way that they feel about certain situations. So the understanding part have to be reciprocated. You have to learn how to be open-minded enough to say, maybe I just don't understand. If I never walked in that person's shoes, maybe I just don't understand, because sometimes we just don't. You want to think about, why do this person react a certain way, or I don't see how they could have made the decision that they made. But you don't understand. You never been in their shoes. You never know what they had to go through. You never know what they had to deal with. You never know what kind of help that they may need. You might have never ever experience the things that someone else had experienced. And in certain situations, you need to be glad of that. You need to thank God for that he protected you from things that you see people that you might even be so close to, your loved ones, someone that you grew up all of your life with, your cousins, your sister, your brother. Some people never had a mother. So I had to allow myself to open my mind up to understanding, because a way that a certain person was making me feel, and I had to understand that I never had to go through the things that person had to go through. So it helps you to open yourself up to forgiveness. That don't mean let people talk to you any old kind of way. That don't mean be a doormat. That don't mean let people treat you any old kind of way. You still could be firm and hold yourself up to a high standard in your own mind, but just don't be driven off of your own emotions. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your relationships. It's not healthy for your future. It's not healthy for your goals and the things that you have set before you. If you want to make it somewhere in life, you can't take your emotions to the bank and cash it. You know what I'm saying? The teller will be like, what is this? We don't take emotions here. You can't get a mortgage, off of emotions. You can't go sign a lease on a brand new car or off of emotions. You can't go to a job, and be driven by your emotions. They gonna be like, you fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just gotta check your emotions at the door, and however you feel about whatever drives you emotionally, I need you to deal with that. I need you to have enough respect and hold yourself at a value high enough not to ignore your emotions, but when you think to yourself in your mental head, allow yourself to be healed from whatever is driving you emotionally. Allow yourself to be open-minded and to understand, like, everything is not an attack against you. Everything is not an argument or for an argument's sake, or disrespect you, or just to all out downgrade you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about you. Sometimes it may not even be about you at all. It just may not even be about you at all. But I just feel like, sometimes we gotta think with our heads, even if you gotta feel with your head, and not so much, be driven off of how you feel emotionally. Most times, people don't even care about how you feel or what you are going through emotionally, and that's not even the worst part. The worst part is you can't make them care, and it's nothing you can do about it. Because some people might hold you to a certain value in their own mind, or or they may never care. But you can't make people care about your emotions, because what might be important to you may not be important to them, and you can't make them. You can't make people care about what you care about, or what you have a passion for, or what you hold highly in your heart, or what have you. Like, you just can't make people care, because if they don't, they just don't. But you are the owner of your emotions, of your happiness, of your feelings. It is not up to other people to... I was going through something today. Let me just tell you, I was going through something today. I got a phone call. I like to meditate and pray before I do anything in the morning, before I check my messages, emails, whatever, inboxes, texts, whatever that I got dinging off in my phone. I like to pray and meditate. But I had a phone call come in First thing this morning, before I even gave myself a chance to pray and meditate and just get my energy the way that I wanted it to be, because I like to be driven off of pure positive energy, and it helps me a lot for me to just wake up and keep myself in the healthy mind space before I try to tackle my day. And I wasn't able to do that, so I thought it was very important for me to go ahead and answer that call, which I did. And it wasn't the call, it was canceling a meeting that I was looking forward to having today. And just because that meeting didn't happen, I had to check myself. Like, you still are who you are. Like I thought I started to jump into my pity party, and I just felt like I just started being driven off of negative energy, and then just like little stupid stuff was happening, and I was like, this is because I allowed my energy to be off today, because I didn't do my energy focusing routines before I answered that phone call, which I really should have just let that phone ring and let the person just leave me a message, and then went and got that message after I got my mind right, because it threw me off. But then I had to check myself. I was like, it ain't up to that person that was on the other side of the phone to put me in a good place. It is not up to the people around me, or what's going on around me, or who's texting me, or who's calling me, or who's emailing me. It is not their job to give me what I need internally. It is an inside job. So once I put myself in perspective in that aspect, okay, sis, it's up to you to be happy. I had to put myself in check. And then I had to remind myself of who I am. I do a fantastic job at everything I do. From running my businesses to being a mother. I want God to be proud of me. I like to be a good person to those around me. I like my good. I ain't no perfect person. Nobody is. But I love for the good inside of me. I do everything with integrity, with a pure heart. I walked out the store the other day. I was shopping with my kids, and I had a bracelet on my finger with my keys, with my car keys. I went back in the store, and I paid for the bracelet that I accidentally walked out with without paying for it. And the girl was like totally shocked. She was like, oh my God, anybody else would have just jumped in their car. It was like, I got a free bracelet. They do it all day. I was like, not me, because I cannot afford to block my own blessings just because I want a $2.99 bracelet for free. I'd rather just pay the $2.99. And doing things with integrity and with honesty and with a pure heart will get you much further than doing things dishonestly and stealing and doing things that you ain't got no business doing. It's gonna come around to you. I might, if I was the type of person that's still a $2.99 bracelet, God will block $2,099 out of my bank account, and I'm not gonna risk $2,000 or $29 million or 200,000 or whatever. I'm not gonna block my blessings because I want to walk out of somebody's store with a bracelet that costs $2.99. Period. Point blank. So I'm saying all of that because I just try my best. I have not always been this way. I mean, y'all talking to a new me. I'm working on a happier new me, counting down and checking off my goals and doing the things that I love to do and making money at the same time and spending time with the people that I love and looking forward to my goals and having hope for my future and being a better person inside and out. Taking control of my mind mentally, physically, spiritually. I do not want to be driven off of my emotions, and it is so important that you not allow yourself to be driven off of your emotions, because it will. It's a scripture in the Bible, and I'm always thinking about scriptures of the Bible, but I'm just going to say it, and I know that people out there who know about the word of God will probably know as soon as I say it. I studied this book with my sister. I just can't think of what book it was. And God was trying to lead his people through the wilderness or wherever, and they wanted to be disobedient to God, and they didn't want to do things in the order and fashion that God wanted them to do, and what would have taken them 4 years, a journey through the wilderness, ultimately cost them 40 years. Something that would have caused a fraction of the time. It was longer, it was strenuous, it was harder. They were in the wilderness. If you could just imagine the wilderness, lions and tigers and bears, oh my, it was hot, it was cold, it was whatever. And it just took them such a long time to make it through the wilderness because they did not want to be obedient. That is the same thing with us. If we don't learn how to be obedient to our own selves, we will make our journey longer and harder than what it actually have to be. So I'm telling y'all this stuff because hopefully whoever chooses to take heed to any of my messages will find that their journey is smoother and easier, and you will shed some years off of something that might have taken. If I knew the things before that I would have known now, I would have already been, I would be way further than what I am now. Now that I am wiser, I am stronger, I am better, I am smarter, and I am doing more things that I wish I would have done before. And I'm like, wow, I wish I would have listened. I wish I would have did things differently. And that is one main important reason why I choose to share just pass on, my experiences, my wisdom, and my knowledge, and the things that I know as well. So it's all for our own benefits. The things that I'm telling you is things that I take to my heart, the things that I learned through my journey, that I don't want to have to go through stuff and for it to be so devastating and long and strenuous. I'm talking about years and years of self-abuse, of self-destruction, of bad relationships. I put myself through so much unnecessary stuff that I did not have to put myself through, only if I would have taken heed, listened to my predecessors, people who already went before me, who been there, did that, went through all of that. I wanted to be hard-headed. I wanted to do things my own way. I didn't want to listen, and I bumped my behind multiple times until I couldn't bump it no more. So I'm telling you, this is why I talk to my children. This is why I talk to y'all. This is why I am saying all of the things that I have to say on this channel, because it is so important to not be driven off of your emotions, and sometimes just sit back, watch, listen, open your mind up, and understand. I'm not talking about no one particular situation. I do talk to different people about different things, even my own children, and I don't want them to be driven off of their emotions. Oh, such and such made me feel such and such way. So what? My mom used to tell me, you mad, scratch your butt and get glad. So, just don't take my word for it and save yourself a lot of years of frustration and things that is unnecessary that you don't have to go through, and just try it. Don't allow yourself to be driven purely off of your emotions. If you're feeling emotional or some kind of way, take it to God, pray on it, respect your emotions or how you feel. If it is stirring up some unhealed issues or whatever things that you have to deal with, heal from your past hurts so you won't bleed on people who was not even the ones that had anything to do with hurting you, or so be it. Change the trajectory of the way that things have been going so they can go in a better direction for you. These are little things that we can do to lead up to a happier, healthier new us. That's my tip for today. That is my motivational message for today. Do not be driven purely off of your emotions. Use your head more than you use your heart. Everything that God has for you will eventually make its way directly to you. So God bless y'all. Lord willing, I'll be back tomorrow with another motivational message of the day. Y'all be blessed.